Seventh Adventist Church, beloved of the Seventh Adventist Church, this is a very urgent message called "Here is the patience of the saints." Here is the patience of the saints. This is taken from Revelation chapter 14, verse 12. It states this, it says, "Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of God and the faith of Jesus." Now, beloved, what does this scripture mean? What is the patience of the saints? The patience of the saints is those that keep the commandments of God. What are God's 10 commandments? Is all of His 10 commandments from Exodus 20, verse 1 to 17. Not murdering, not committing adultery, not lying, not having any gods before God, having any golden images before God, keeping the Sabbath, the 4th commandment, not coveting. That's those who keep the commandments of God. What is the faith of Jesus? Those who believe in the spirit of prophecy, beloved. The Old and New Testament prophets, including a modern day prophet, Sister Ellen G. White's writings. That is the patience of the saints. But the dragon's going to be wroth with those people who do that in these last days. Revelation 12:17 says, "And the dragon was wroth with the woman, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of God, and have the testimony of Jesus Christ," beloved. So, who is the dragon? He's Satan. Who is he wroth with? The church, the woman. But not just the church. He's particularly more wroth with a select few in the church. Because the church was the early Christian church that Paul and the apostles started. But the remnant of her seed is a prophetic remnant, or the Seventh-day Adventist body in these last days. 144,000 that keep the commandments of God and have the faith of Jesus, or the testimony of Jesus Christ. What is the testimony of Jesus Christ? The spirit of prophecy. The Old and New Testament prophets and apostles, and a modern day prophet, Mrs. Ellen G. White. That's who Satan is particularly angry with, beloved, in the Adventist Church. Jude 24 says that we must earnestly contend for the faith that was once delivered unto the saints. What faith is that? It's a faith once delivered unto the saints. It's the faith of Jesus. And we enter into that faith by overcoming sin, by being perfect, by being sinless. That's how we enter into that faith. By observing all of God's 10 commandments, beloved, in the Adventist Church. And by following all the reforms like health reform, music reform, education reform, Sabbath reform, all the reforms, beloved, in the Adventist Church. Getting your room clean before Sabbath. Not buying and selling the Sabbath. Not dancing in church. Not eating meat and dairy products. Not worshiping on Sunday. Not getting involved in the spiritual mason and linguistic program and contemplative prayer. All the reforms, beloved. That's how we have the faith of Jesus. And that's what makes Satan wroth with us, beloved, in the Adventist Church. The third angel's message warns us not to worship the beast in his image. Who is the beast of papacy? What is the image? Apostate Protestantism in league with the U.S. government, or the evangelical world controlling, evangelical churches controlling Donald Trump and the Pence administration. That's the union church of the state, with the church controlling the state, beloved, in the Adventist Church. When the leading churches of our nation shall unite on common points of doctrine, then we shall see the lying wonders of Satan. What are those common points of doctrine? There is Sunday sacredness and immortality of the soul. Those are those common points of doctrine the leading churches of our nation unite upon to control the state government in these last days. Like this latest situation where they said Chick-fil-A is a day where they worship on Sunday, and they close down the store and they have family time, and they go to football games. That's Sunday sacredness. Or when Donald Trump sees a dead fallen soldier in a dream, and says, because he saw a dead fallen soldier come back and talk to him in a dream, he's going to bring all the troops back home to the States. What he's really doing is bringing the troops back home to the States to persecute those who keep Sabbath in these last days, so he can be enforced to worship Sunday and kill them who do not worship the beast in his image. That's the third angel's message, because he shall put them to death according to Revelation 13. He said, those who not worship the beast of papacy and apostate Protestant with the state shall be killed. That's another prophecy, beloved. Now we see the sons law being passed this March or April, around this time, based off the sabbatical year of the prophecy found in that the pioneers brought out. When that prophecy is fulfilled, beloved in the Adventist Church, that's how we know when March, April comes, that's how we know the sons law is going to be passed. That's how we know the mark of the beast is going to be imposed. Many folk are looking for the Sunday legislation to get ready, looking for that date to happen, and for they can get ready. And it's going to be too late. They're going to be missing it by 9 inches. When March or April rolls around, that's when we should get. Before that time. That's when we should get ready this year, because that's going to be too late to get ready after that. After those 2 months, because we're going to be put in a condition where it's going to be too late for our mindset to want to change and be right with God. Revelation 22 says that he was righteous still. He was filthy. Let me filthy. Revelation 22:11 and 12. So by March, April of this year, if you're not ready, you're not going to be in the mindset to want to get ready with the Adventist Church. But 2022 March or April, in the 2022, that's when the second coming happens. That's when the 7 last plagues are going to fall. So within that 3.5 year space, the sons law will be passed, and the 7 last plagues will begin to fall. We need to be ready, overcoming sin, putting sin in our lives, because if we're sitting when Christ leads the most holy place, it's going to be too late to get right. It's typology. When the sons law happens, that's when everything closes down. But we're not in the right attitude by March, April this year, and waiting for some special event like most Adventists are waiting for. It's going to be too late for us in the Adventist Church. We need to be ready, beloved. I agree with Arthur Branner, Esme Branner, David Gates, and Pastor Mark, Jamaican pastor, on this issue. We're preaching the right issue on this, beloved in the Adventist Church. Study to show thyself approved unto God, a workman, and need not be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. Study, beloved in the Adventist Church. Study for yourself. Don't take my word for it. Don't take Pastor Mark's word for it. Don't take David Gates' word for it. Don't take Esme Branner's word for it. Don't take Arthur Branner's word for it. Study for yourself, beloved in the Adventist Church. Look into the Bible for yourself. But what are the 7 last plagues of bloody water, boiling, blows, and blisters? They fall upon those who keep Sunday in these last days and break the 4th commandment. The seal of God falls upon the seal of God, seals 144,000. Those who keep all of God's 10 commandments and have the testimony of Jesus Christ, have the prophets and Ellen White's writings as well. The seal of God seals the law amongst his disciples by keeping all of his 10 commandments and being faithful and true to him in his last days. So be ready, beloved in the Adventist Church. Read the Bible, Sister White's writings, fast, Father of Forms, have devotion, and you should be ready. God bless you. Maranatha.